and I'm gonna mute. I'll be behind the scenes. If you need anything, send me something in the chat.
Okay.
Go ahead, Terrence.
Hi, everyone. My name is Terrence Mitchell. I am the Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer at Edinburgh University. I'd like to welcome you for this Women's History Month program. One of my dear colleagues, Ms. Monika Brooks from Cal State East Bay, which used to be Cal State Hayward, so I almost messed up, is here to join us. She works in an alumni engagement there, but I wanted more to talk about how I met Monika. She was a student at San Francisco State early in my career in 1996. She was an active student, and she was also a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I watched her manage those things and manage at least 5 or 6 other organizations and do so well. One of the things I've been pleased about following Monika's career, because even though her work is alumni engagement, she is so crucial to the success of the MPHC organizations on her campus. She's the lifeblood of what they do. I don't know that she gets paid anything for it, but I know that she spends a lot of time with them. She's shaking her head no. If you think about MPHC organizations around the country, usually those people working with them aren't members of the organizations, and they aren't getting paid specifically to work with those organizations. But the organizations thrive because of people like Monika. So I want you to join me in welcoming Monika. I see that we have someone from Slippery Rock there, Lo Derica, and hopefully we have some other people join us. We were recording the session, so please be aware of that. And we are going to show it again live. We're going to show the recording again in April when we do a little bit of an MPHC week for Edinburgh University. So once again, thank you so much. I'll let Monika introduce the topic and then start our presentation. There you go, Monika.
Thank you so much. My name is Monika Brooks, and I am a alumni engagement coordinator for Cal State East Bay, formerly Hayward. I'm a graduate of San Francisco State University and their only College of Ethnic Studies. I want to share my screen so we can get going. I do want to welcome you to the women of the informational about the women of the National PanHellenic Council. I present. I want to, there we are.
There we go.
There we go. There you go. So the women of the PanHellenic Council, and this is, I want to present, welcome to the Women of the National PanHellenic Council. This event is brought to you by Edinburgh Center for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, led by Dr. Terrence Mitchell, Edinburgh's Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer. So we just want to make sure that you know where this great information is coming from. If you have any questions, please enter it in the chat and we will either answer it now or we will save it, and then we will have a Q&A section at a later date. About me, my name is Monika Brooks. I have a bachelor's degree in Black Studies from San Francisco State University's College of Ethnic Studies. I'm a community member and advocate for racial diversity and autism awareness. I'm the founder of the MoCA Autism Network. I am a board member of Oakland's Museum of Children's Art and the East Oakland Youth Development Center. And I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And I also am the advisor to the National PanHellenic Council on the campus of Cal State East Bay, which has all 9 historically Black fraternities and sororities, which is the only one on the West Coast that has what we call a full yard. So a brief history of the NPHC. The National PanHellenic Council was founded on May 10th, 1930 at Howard University in Washington, D.C. The purpose of the NPHC is to foster cooperative actions of its members dealing with matters of mutual concern. To this end, the NPHC promotes the well-being of its affiliate fraternities, sororities, and facilitates the establishment and development of local councils of the NPHC and provides leadership training for its constituents. Its constituents consist of the undergraduate and graduate members of the 9 organizations. So I wanted to pull some frequently asked questions so that maybe, if you couldn't find them, we can all have them in one space. These are the members of the sorority members of the NPHC: Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority, and Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority. So here are the questions that I pulled. Why are the Greek lettered organizations of the NPHC focused primarily on the African American community? So the answer is social Greek letter organizations began in the United States in the early 19th century. The organizations were highly exclusionary, often restricting membership to people of specific genders or races. As the organizations continued to grow, exclusionary practice began to increase. And many Greek lettered organization constitutions were written and ratified to restrict membership from African American students, as well as other ethnicities. So to resist this exclusion, African American students began forming their own Greek letter organizations. Starting in the early 20th century, 1906 to be exact, African American students formed their own Greek fraternities and sororities to foster communal bonds and increase professional opportunities after collegiate careers, but also to provide community service to the African American community. Service and activism are central principles of Black Greek letter organizations. Ideas of racial uplift were prominent at the time people founded many of these organizations, and they still are the foundation to most of our Greek letter organizations. What are the benefits of membership and how long does membership last? Membership provides personal and professional development among many other benefits. Through, through membership, you will have the opportunity to be connected as part of a local, regional, international, or national organization and allow for advancement via leadership positions within the organization and or the councils. When joining these organizations, please consider that membership in a sorority is a lifelong commitment. You aren't buying friends, nor is it something to do while you are in college. After graduation, members are often continue their involvement through local graduate or alumni chapters, serving as chapter advisor, officer, committee chair, or in regional and national office. And this is also a time to let you know that you can join one of the National PanHellenic Council organizations as a graduate member, which is something that is different from the NPC, IFC, and other organizations. How do I determine if I want to join a sorority? Which one is the best fit for me? If you believe that lifelong membership in an organization can enhance your educational experience by emphasizing intellectual, interpersonal, and social development, then Greek life may be for you. All Greek organizations strive for the ideas of sisterhood, a sound education, campus and community service, and social interaction. In determining the right organization for you, we and I encourage you to research international organizations via their website and other available source resources. Look at the motto, mission statement, founding ideas, principles, and the philanthropic involvement of the organization to determine if this is the organization to which you can align your life. Please note that joining a Greek letter organization is based on a mutual selection process. Students interested in Greek life should understand that fraternities and sororities have the privilege of being selective and do not have to admit all applicants who apply for membership in their organizations. Also, one thing I do want to add is you may not want to join a sorority, and that is okay. It is okay to not join. It is okay to not join until you go to college. Until you graduate from college. What is the GPA requirement to be a member of an NPHC organization? The GPA guidelines are determined by each organization. And it also is determined by your student activities or campus life office because there is a minimum requirement in order to join any student organization. How much does it cost to be a member? Cost for membership varies from different organizations. Information on cost can be found via the national website of the organization of interest. Also, if you are very interested, there are also Instagram pages and Facebook pages that you can join. So let's talk about the four sororities that are in the National PanHellenic Council. Again, if there are any questions, please hold them or put them in the chat and we will reserve them and use them at another time. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was founded January 15th, 1908 at Howard University at Washington, D.C. And then we've added their website. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority was founded on a mission comprised of 5 basic tenets that have remained unchanged since the sorority's inception, more than a century ago. Alpha Kappa Alpha's mission is to cultivate and encourage high scholastic and ethical standards, to promote unity and friendship among college women, to study and help alleviate problems concerning girls and women in order to improve their social stature, and to maintain a progressive interest in college life and to be of service to all mankind. So these are the national programs that are involved, that people of Alpha Kappa Alpha involve themselves in every year. It usually changes with each change of the president. So this one is effective until 2022. It's number one, HBCU for Life, a call to action, which is a development, which is fundraising program and a informational program where all chapters of this organization talk about HBCUs, historically Black colleges and universities. Women's health care and wellness, that is a umbrella for such programs as trafficking, talking about women postpartum and women, talking about healthcare, talking about COVID and things like that. Building your economic legacy, that is a financial literacy program in which the experts or subject matter experts have events all over the country and internationally. The arts, that is something that Alpha Kappa Alpha, because of their membership, has a lot of investment in. And they also talk about that. And then global impact. How does one thing that you do where you're at affect the whole world holistically? So those are the 5 targets right now for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Some notable members of AKA include Vice President Kamala Harris, Coretta Scott King, astronaut Mae Jemison, actress Felicia Rashad, and activist Rosa Parks, among many others that are shown in these pictures, including Ayanla Van Zant, Holly Robinson Peete, and Toni Morrison, and Rita Dove. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, founded January 13th, 1913, on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is a private, not-for-profit organization whose purpose is to provide assistance and support through established programs in local communities throughout the world. The organization is a sisterhood of predominantly Black college-educated women. Since its founding, more than 300,000 women have joined the organization. And the national programs for Delta Sigma Theta are, so usually when there's a 5-point thrust or a program, it's usually one topic and then everything falls under, different topics fall under that main topic. So the 5 main topics for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated are economic development, educational development, physical and mental health, international awareness and involvement, and political awareness and involvement. Notable members of Delta Sigma Theta include Betty Shabazz, wife of Malcolm X, Representative Ann Fudge, who is currently in the House of Representatives, actress and dancer Cheryl Lee Ralph, poet Nikki Giovanni, and political activist and politician Shirley Chisholm. And there are also so many other members that you can see through pictures, and especially in the month of January, in which most of these organizations were founded. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated was founded January 16th, 1920 on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C. Zeta Phi Beta was founded, the sororities international programs such as Z-Hope, Zeta's Helping Other People Excel, through mind, body, and spirit, serve to empower people from all walks of life. As the sorority moves toward its centennial, it retains its original zest for excellence. It espouses the highest academic ideas that has resulted in its members serving in groundbreaking roles in all fields of endeavor. So the national programs for Zeta Phi Beta Sorority include an elder care initiative, which includes elder abuse warnings and talks about that. Stork's Nest, which is a program with the March of Dimes, in which Zeta Phi Beta Sorority has has stores for pregnant mothers. It has clothes and diapers and things like that. The Zeta Prematurity Awareness Program, which is another partnership with March of Dimes, Adopt a School, where a chapter goes to a school and does all of their education and programs through that one school. Triple negative breast cancer is the equivalent of our health awareness. And Zeta Phi Beta sorority is also the only sorority that has a initiative in regards to autism awareness. I am currently the regional director for autism awareness in California. So what we do is for autism awareness, we work with small organizations to get more information about autism awareness in underrepresented communities. In California, that includes Black, Latino, Pacific Islander, Filipino, and Asian American. Notable members of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated include Anita Hill, Dionne Warwick, Cheryl Underwood, the anthropologist and writer Zora Neale Hurston, and Esther Roll, who's known for Good Times, but was actually the founder of the Negro Acting Ensemble, which gave birth to such actors as Denzel Washington and Wendell Pierce. And then we also have Donna Edwards, and there's a lot of people who are local. In every organization, there are local leaders that you will find. Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated is founded November 12th, 1922 on the campus of Butler University in Indianapolis, Indiana. Sigma Gamma Rho is a national collegiate sorority incorporated in 1922. Over the years, Sigma Gamma Rho has served as a home for thousands of collegiate and professional women looking for a place to share inspiring life experiences, learn new things, conquer life challenges, thrive in society, and uplift the community through sisterhood, scholarship, and service. The dynamic women of Sigma Gamma Rho have built and sustained a well-known and highly respected reputation for leading positive change. So their national programs include Operation Big Book Bag, where undergraduate chapters get school supplies for elementary, middle, and high schools. The Women's Wellness Initiative, which is a mind, body, and soul initiative that is similar to the other ones, but different facets based on community. Swim 1922, which is in conjunction with the International Olympics Committee to get more Black Americans to learn how to swim. Because of systematic racism around the hobby of swimming, there are a lot of Black communities that do not know how to swim, and Sigma Gamma Rho jumped up to help with that. Project Cradle Care is their partnership program with the March of Dimes program, and an annual youth symposium, which is a youth conference that goes on in at least every state and one country which we know of, which is Korea. And notable members of Sigma Gamma Rho include singer Vanessa Bell Armstrong, hip hop MC Light, which is my favorite, Maritza Correa McClendon, who is an Olympic swimmer who initiated their Swim 1922 program, actress Hattie McDaniel, first African American to win an Oscar, and Anna Marie Horsford, who is an actress, has been an actress, and is known for her role in Friday as the mother, and she has been everywhere. So how to get started on your journey. Please note that the process varies depending on the organization and the campus, whether there has ever been a chapter there before, and if that chapter simply went inactive or has been suspended. To begin, this is your first step. Contact your director of student activities or the chief diversity and inclusion officer to ask what the process is to bring a chapter of an organization to your campus. If you want a chapter of an organization to be recognized by the campus, you will need permission to be there, whether on the front end or the back. Now, I've looked at the Edinburgh campus website, and it looks like Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated has been on that campus before. So that is something that's good to know if you are to talk with your director of campus life or to Dr. Mitchell from the Chief Diversity Office. So that is all I have. If there are any questions or if there is anything that you would like for me to answer, I'll be more than happy to do so. Dr. Mitchell has something to add. So I'm going to stop my share so that Dr. Mitchell can be on the screen.
Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry. Hi, everyone. Monica, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. We do have some guests with us. I'm going to ask them to consider introduce themselves, but I'm not going to call them out. So if you guys are willing to introduce yourself, please do add it to the chat. One thing I like to add a couple of things. On our campus, one of the things that people think about, they think that when we talk about graduate membership, that it means you have to have gone to graduate school. That is not true. You have to have graduated from a college, but you don't have to have gone to graduate school. Graduate membership means that you're applying to join an alumni chapter, which is alumni of the organization. So you don't have to have gone to graduate school. You don't have to be pursuing a master's or a doctorate to join a graduate chapter. The processes are different. You know, the way you introduce yourself to the chapter are different. What I always advise people is to look out for local community service activities and look out for meetings that the chapters are having, and then introduce yourself that way. Another thing is we've had almost all of the Divine Nine at Edinburgh at one time. You know, right now we don't have anybody, but we've had AKs and Zetas and Deltas and Sigma Gamma Rhos. We haven't had all 5 of the Divine Nine male organizations. We have not had IOTAs, but we've had 8 of the Divine Nine organizations. So one of the things that's a benefit to our campus is if someone were to join one of the organizations or interested, I have contacts with all the alumni chapters where I can connect you with the alumni chapters. That piece is not hard. And all of them are also chartered at Edinburgh. And chartered means that the school in a previous rendition has already given the organization permission to be there. So you guys don't have to start from scratch. So if anybody's interested, please do contact either myself or Mr. Dave Goodwell. I didn't see whether people interested in introducing themselves or they want to keep themselves.
I think they want to keep themselves, although we are the most friendliest people in the world.
We are.
And Erica, I mean, if you want to say hi.
Well, I know at least one of the students is on. She's been really active the last few weeks, so she may want to be incognito for this program. I do want to thank both of you for coming. We're going to repeat this tape, and so those people who are watching it on repeat, do understand that you can have access to the recording. You can take notes. We're going to let you have access to the recording for the rest of the semester. At some point, I'm going to try to archive these wonderful presentations on my website, but I'm not at that point yet. That'll probably happen this summer. Did you have anything to add, Monica?
I do want to add that I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority, and I do want to point out to people that your personality will call you to the space you're supposed to be in. You don't have to stress. There's a lot that goes into being in an organization. It does cost money, which is why a lot of people wait till they've graduated college. But there's a lot of sisterhood. There's a lot of getting together. There's a lot of helping each other that happens. It's like a family. So I don't want to, and there are 4 different organizations for a reason. It does not mean that, and in most cases, everyone loves each other. So we want to make sure that we ensure that there not only is there sisterhood inside the organizations, but sisterhood among the 4 organizations. Because at the end of the day, we are all serving the African American community.
And that's really important. That's the same point I wanted to make as we exit. I love National PAN. I've been advising National PAN since my first years in higher education. And I can't tell you my career as an administrator would have been different had I not had the opportunity to do that work. I've seen, we're not innocent too. We've seen both good and bad, but the good far outweighs the bad, and the contribution that we've all made to the community is great. We're a family, we're a family. And what I tell people who think we aren't, I said, just because you see your brothers and sisters fighting doesn't mean that they don't love each other. I said that you're not going to always get along with anybody, but when it comes down to it, I believe that we're the reason why all of us are able to graduate. We hold the foundation for college education in America. And it's not for everybody. I have dear friends who chose not to be Greek, and they're still my very best friends. I have fraternity brothers who I've grown distant with. It's going to work out the way it's going to work out, but it's a valuable enterprise. We want you guys to at least be exposed to it. This opportunity that Ms. Brooks just gave us is wonderful. The gentleman who gave us the opportunity around the National PanHellenic Fraternities is wonderful. And we're also starting an alumni chapter of a sort at Edinburgh for graduates there. So we're going to make sure you have the information you need, and then you have to make some decisions on your own about whether or not this is for you. So thank you very much, Monica, and thank you very much. Chris LaFleur is not on the screen, but we couldn't be here without Chris. So thank you so much, Chris. Also,
I love learning about the history too, and I was trying to put all the faces to names of all the famous people and celebrities that are part of those. It's kind of cool to see that even at a local chapter, you can have something to connect with people that are like Malcolm X's wife and a lot of the famous entertainers. It's kind of cool to see that connection on a larger scale. So I appreciate, Monica, for you sharing that. And Terrence, it's great to have this sort of content for Edinburgh. So I think our students will really enjoy it. So we appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
Thanks, Chris. I think we're going to go now.